Good evening, and I'm happy you're able to join me tonight. I'm Miles Immiker, and welcome to the 2021 Canadian Angus Association Annual General Meeting. This time, I'd like to call the 114th CA AGM to order. I had hoped we'd be doing this under different circumstances and different terms today, but I know the opportunity to once again engage, collaborate, and be present in person will once again be here. We hope that time is near, and once again, we'll all be together. To begin, at this time, through a video pre-taped earlier this week, current CA President Sean Birmingham will give the President report.
Hello, my name is Caa Representatives. I'd like to welcome you to the Canadian Angus Association 114th Annual General Meeting. We're all aware of the challenges that we've been facing throughout the past year. And the board is no exception to those challenges. Throughout the year, we've been meeting more than what we usually would be. We have new committee structures that we're working under, and those have allowed us to continue to have a lot more discussions on what we're here to do, and that's to help move the breed forward and work through some of the challenges that are facing our breed and our industry right now. With that, in our boardroom, there's two statements that are on our walls, and there's a vision and our mission statement. And our vision statement reads that we exist to preserve and expand the Angus breed for Canadian cattle producers and beef consumers, providing the best opportunities for profitability today and for future generations. And our mission is to maintain breed registry, breed purity, and provide services that enhance the growth and the position of the Angus breed. So those two statements, those are things that our board thinks about all the time. We are always looking for new ways to invest the revenue that we get in to, whether it's investing in research, investing in marketing campaigns to, further market our Angus cattle and our Angus beef. Those are always things that we're trying to do. The money we get in is we're always trying to reinvest it to succeed in this vision and this mission of growing this breed and making sure it's in a positive position for not only ourselves but for future generations. I've been lucky enough to be able to judge some of our junior competitions over the past year, and it's really encouraging for me to see all the young individuals that we got coming up, and that gives me a lot of motivation to think forward and think into the future and what we can do different to continue to make this breed as great as it is today. There's a few thank yous I'd like to give out at this time. Brian Good has decided to retire this year, and Brian has been an individual that I've always looked up to for as long as I've known him. He's got so much knowledge of this breed and of other people, and he understands how this industry works from top to bottom, and he's always given me good words and good advice, and I really appreciate that from him over the years. And I know we'll see him down the road at future Angus events. I know Brian will keep showing his face around, and that's great. I think everyone enjoys Brian and what he's done for this association over his 21-year service that he's been with the Angus Association. So hopefully at some point down the road we can all get together and give a toast to Brian for his great work and give him a handshake and a tap on the back for his service over the years. I'd also like to thank the people in the office, everyone in the office. They work really hard to help us as members get the work done and get our goals as breeders done at the end of the day. So I'd like to give them a thank you, as well as Miles and Tina. Miles and he does such a great job for us, and he's got such a great vision of the future, and he brings a lot to the table. So we're really lucky to have Miles. And I'd like to thank Tina as well, when she keeps our board, the information flowing and stuff. She does a great job organizing all that. I'd also like to thank this year's board and the past boards that I've sat with. I've really enjoyed my time being on this board, and being president. It's been a great honor. And I've learned so much from all the directors in the past years. There's so many of you that I look up to, and I've taken a lot of lessons and stuff over the years. So I'd like to give you guys some thanks, and the job we've been doing. There's been some struggles throughout the years, but at the end of the day, we're still striving ahead, and that's what the board is trying to do, and that's why we're here. Lastly, I'd like to give a big thank you to my family, my wife Teresa, and our 3 daughters, Jasmine, Bella, and Nora. They do a lot of extra work while I'm gone, and they've given me a lot of support over the years as I've been on this board and that. So I love them a lot, and they deserve a lot of credit for me being away and allowing me to do this. So yeah, in closing, I think this we're in a great position, this association. There's a lot of things on the go right now, but at the end of the day, we're always looking forward into the future, and we've got to continue to grow.
Thanks, Sean. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the members of the Angus family that we've lost over the past year. They all made a great impact on this great breed and this great industry, and certainly they won't be forgotten. This is the time where we would address any old business from the 2020 AGM and recommendations that were brought to us from the floor. However, there were no recommendations brought to us in the 2020 AGM, so we'll continue on here. Earlier today, we posted the 2020 financial results for the Canadian Angus Association for the year ending December 31st, 2020. I'd like to thank the CA Audit Committee for their insight and feedback through this process, as well as the new CA Audit team, Myers, Doris, Penny. Previously, the CA audit for the past number of years was performed by KPMG. Following the 2019 audit and the end of their service agreement, the CA tendered out our work for proposals. The audit committee reviewed all proposals in a number of areas, familiar to our industry and our ag sector and the beef sector, services provided, costs, along with other factors. The CA audit committee made the recommendation to the board, and the recommendation was approved by the board to contract the services of MMP for 5 years beginning the 2020 audit year. It was an excellent experience working with MMP. As much as fun as an audit can be, the experience was beneficial through insight, recommendations, support that will allow us to continue to improve our operations. I'm happy to report a profitable year for CA in 2020, with a year-end financial position showcasing a net profit of $426,753 of revenue over expenses, an increase from 2019 net of $221,270, and a negative position the CA was in 2018. A number of things led to this in 2020. While COVID had an impact and some projects and events were not able to be done and had an impact on decreased expenses. Also, a couple of key initiatives when I joined the CA was to identify new efficiencies as well as new revenue sources, and they all were able to contribute to our strong financial showing here in 2020. Our return on investment per year was targeted about between 3 and 5%, which is suggested as a guide for a nonprofit acquisition. In 2019, we were right around that targeted 5% rate. In 2020, due to some of the factors I mentioned earlier, we had a net ROI of 10.4%, which is still with an acceptable situation considering the factors that were kind of out of our control that took place in 2020. We saw a decrease in overall revenue of 115,000, but also saw a decrease in expenses of 322,000 from the year prior, contributing to the financial improvement year over prior. A couple of those key factors were things such as CA Green Tag program no longer be able to be sold directly by the Canadian Angus Association. This had an effect on both the revenue and expense side, but also one area where further efficiencies were created. We saw an increase in core revenue from 2019 transfers, while registrations were nearly at par with the year prior. In 2020, we introduced our own publication, Angus Life, which was nominated for the National Advertising and Design Club of Canada Awards. So congratulations to my marketing team on that achievement there. This publication was created to provide a platform of communication to our members on everything Angus. The 2020 financials showcase both the 2021 edition and the 2020 edition of Angus Life due to the shipping and delivery time were both reported in the 2021 calendar year. Going forward, they will be reported every December each year. Grant revenue in support of CA research was $100,000 over year prior. The support of funds from the Canadian Angus Foundation not only allowed us to invest in research and continue that investment, but also allow us to leverage other funds for additional support. On the expense side, we had a decrease of 322,000 in total expenses, largely contributed by the impact and challenges created by COVID and the events, functions, and projects that were just unable to take place. With CA no longer directly selling tags, we saw a decrease of about $580,000 in expenses there from the year prior, from 2019 when they were able to be sold. The CA continues to focus on new operational efficiencies that help reduce our overhead costs in 2020. External activities were limited to all events, including shows, convention, board meetings, and business meetings just were unable to take place in person here in 2020. In 2020, CA was able to contribute or continue our contribution to our CA reserve with $80,000, bringing our currently invested resources at $428,214. While we all hope we never need to dip into our reserve, we've also seen the struggles that many organizations have experienced over the past year and how important having a reserve for long-term financial health could be. Cash resources at the end of 2020 were $631,323, an increase from $262,624 from 2019. As we analyze and monitor our cash flow situations, I use ratios to determine our health and by measuring our assets over short-term liabilities to ensure that we have the financial capabilities to meet all our debt-to obligations. If we had a ratio of less than 1, we'd be in serious concern. If you're in kind of 1 to 1.5, you would probably make most of your financials, but you would have some challenges. If we were in a 1.5 to 2 range, we would obviously be in a much more comfortable position, but able to meet without too much worry. And being kind of over 2 provides us with little concern to meet all our obligations. In 2020, we ended in a healthy cash flow position with a ratio of 2.5, providing no concern that we're able to meet any obligations that we have, and which is a great improvement over the 2 years prior. The success of the past 2 years has allowed us to have a different type of conversation at the board level, focus on opportunities, initiatives, and some that will maybe take some investments that will enhance the Angus brand and create opportunities for all Canadian Angus Association members. While COVID was certainly a low light for 2020, there were certainly a number of highlights. First and foremost, it started with our ability to maintain profitability. Without that, none of the other highlights on the list here would have been possible. We began to develop strategies on consumer education, supporting the Angus brand, and not only telling our story to our consumer. This strategy will only grow in 2021 and continue in the future. We were fortunate to form a partnership with Team Caa of the curling world to help us and represent us as a brand ambassador. Their reach is far more than what we have, with over 200,000 followers in their social media network. With that, we were able to leverage Chef John Morris through some cooking demos of Angus beef, and we're excited to be able to watch them make it to the Brier final and come up one shot short of going to the Worlds and representing the Canadian Angus brand at the Worlds. But we look forward to the Olympic run this fall. As we develop our next strategic plan, controlling our message to the consumer will become increasingly important as we go forward. Our research initiatives, supported by our foundation, continue to allow us to make progress in our high immune response project and focus on health traits that would become increasingly more important in the future. In 2020, we were able to launch our new CA website. We look forward to continue to build upon this website and be able it to be a very important key resource for all our members on everything Angus. In 2020, with the goal of ensuring CA members have the same opportunities and compete levels and abilities with our partners to the south, we introduced a number of new traits previously not available to Canadian Angus members, such as feet and legs, docility, mature weights, among others. With the development of our new website, we introduced a DNA portal, providing the ability to look up and follow the status and estimated time of arrival of your DNA results. We wanted to increase the transparency, and hopefully this will be able to do that in the future. While 2020 only featured one gold show, we were able to and excited to launch the Ringside app in Canada, providing an opportunity to stay up to date where all show activity as it happened, regardless of where you are. We look forward to increased gold shows season of 2021 and continue to be able to make this available to our members. In 2020, the Canadian Angus Association was able to invest in new technologies that have the potential to change the way we collect data with more efficiency and more accuracy. We look forward to showcasing some of these advancements this summer when the opportunity presents. As we move into 2021, I'd like to take the opportunity to highlight some hope and optimism for the rest of the year. As we move in the second half of the year, we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Some potentials that some activities will take place. The opportunity to do business the way we have in the past will once again be there. One of the highlights and focuses of 2021 is the development of a new strategic plan for the next 3 years. We just completed our June board meetings and highlighted the 16 key initiatives that we will focus on across 4 main pillars. This development was a result of member feedback and collaboration through the past 2 years and identifying the new opportunities important to our members. We plan to roll this out in the second half of 2021, provide key focus in Angus Life 2022 on the next 3 years of initiatives and priorities that we will focus on to bring value to our members. The 2020 financial position has allowed us to focus on new opportunities previously unavailable to us. These opportunities take investment, and a stronger financial situation will allow us to focus on some awaited opportunities in the strategic plan. One of those plan highlights will be our CA bylaw updates. The bylaws were written as far as back in 1906, and some opportunity exists to review and ensure that the CA is protected and correctly structured. We anticipate completion in 2021 and the presentation of these to the CA members for approval in 2022. We want to remain flexible and current and watching all restrictions and abide by AGS guidelines, and we'll continue to abide by these rules and regulations set forth. But we are optimistic and the potential for things to change for the better in the very near future as early as this summer. We're hopeful that an opportunity will take place for us to showcase some of these investments, project developments, and ideas when the opportunity is available. So watch for further updates on our ability and plans to host a technical forum, barbecue, and some CA hospitality currently slated for late August at Angus Central. As we reach the last quarter of 2021, we're hopeful some of the key Gold Show season events will have the opportunity to take place. And once again, we'll be able to connect, collaborate, and be together at these key events. At this time, I would like to welcome by video the presentation of the 2022 CA Convention in Moncton, New Brunswick. We had hoped to be there in 2020 and really look forward to the event here in 2022.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Maritime Angus Association, I'm very pleased to invite you to attend the 2022 National Angus Convention. We'd like to welcome you to the Maritimes June 9th to the 12th, 2022. And the event's headquarters is the Delta Beau Séjour in Moncton, New Brunswick. We were originally planning for the convention in 2020, but everyone knows that due to COVID-19, we had to reschedule. So the Maritime Angus community is very keen to host June 9th to the 12th, 2022 in Moncton, New Brunswick. I hope you're as excited to jump in a plane, train, or automobile to make your way to Moncton so that we can get back to socializing, looking and talking about Angus cattle face to face instead of over a keyboard. The Maritime Angus breeders and commercial producers are eager to host a great event. And if you plan on doing an extended vacation on either side of the convention, there are lots of cattle to see, people to visit, and things to see and do. We hope to see you all out in 2022.
Thanks, Amy. I know I'm looking forward to 2022. I think it's going to be a great event. At this time, by video, I would welcome Kurt Wildman, Chair of the Canadian Angus Association Foundation, and the presentation of the Canadian Angus Foundation Year in Review.
Hello, I'm Kurt Wildman, and I'm here today representing the Canadian Angus Foundation. I'm the current chair of the board, and was to represent all the directors we have from across the country, our executive director, Belinda Wagner, and our treasurer, Miles Emery. It's definitely been an interesting year this year with all the trials and tribulations of the pandemic, and certainly curtailed a lot of the things we could do as a foundation and the fundraising we could do as well. But we certainly realized that a lot of these kids continue to go to school this year, continue to have expenses, and we want to continue to support research, our archives, and our young people and our young breeders. So with the pandemic over the past year, things certainly changed at the foundation and with the world at large. We decided to make sure that we curtailed some of our spending to go with some of the loss of revenue that we had coming in, especially with the cancellation of the Building the Legacy sale last year. In the fall, we decided to go with a new fundraiser, and Wes Olenek came up with the idea for the 50 and 50 idea, where we would ask our members to give 15% from a lot in their sale, or even 15% of the sale average, so that we could get more people involved with the foundation, and maybe at a little smaller dollar than we've asked for in the past in the Legacy sale. The 15 for 50 fundraiser was very successful. Our initial goal for budgeting was a $25,000 gross, and our dreams were to hit $50,000, and we were over $41,000 in money raised. So thank you very much to all the donors for that program, and you can see those donors we'll put up on the screen. I think it was a very innovative fundraiser and a way to, like I said, get more people involved and to raise money without a lot of expenses to go with it. With saying that, we are going into the Building the Legacy 9 sale this summer, and we've gathered up quite a few donations already. And the sale will be in late August. We're just finalizing the dates for the sale. It'll be in conjunction with the Angus Field Day and Learning Opportunity Day that we're going to have in late August. So please stay tuned for details with the sale, and please contact anyone on the board if you've thought of some new ideas for the sale or donations, or if you would like any more information. With that, the fundraising, of course, supports a lot of programs that we have through the foundation, and I think I can go through a few of the programs we have for young people. Starting off last fall, we decided to offer 3 heifer vouchers, and we had 3 very deserving young people from 3 different parts of the country that won, as you can see on the screen. These members were very excited to buy heifers and have all bought heifers with their vouchers, and thank the members that made that possible. Also, this winter we went with the gold conference was unable to be held. We did have a small virtual gold conference, but it wasn't the same as past years. But we also went with the Legacy Scholarships. And the Legacy Scholarships are offered to 5 finalists, and they have to submit a resume and an essay. They also submit this year for the first time a history project. So they were given a topic, each of the 5 finalists, and they put together awesome videos that help with our mandate of promoting the history of the Angus Association in Canada as well. So we'll put up a graphic of those 5 members and a way to get to the videos that they put together. We also had a video component to the Ambassador Award this year as well, and 5 finalists all put together a video on some of the Angus personalities that we've had, and recognizing them and telling their stories. Those videos will be up within the next week or 2 in that same area as well. The Ambassador Award was greatly filled by Lexi Hicks over the last 2 years. She kind of got a bad deal with the pandemic starting last spring, but she agreed to stay on as our ambassador for an extra year, and she did a great job. She's a very personable young lady, very well spoken, and represented us very well. The 5 finalists for the Ambassador Award this year, you'll see on the screen, and it was a very hard-fought competition, as I'm told, and we do have a winner, and I guess I'll let the video tell it itself. Our winner is going to have the video come up now.
Hi there, my name is Riley Beeson. I'm from Hayes, Alberta, and I'm truly excited to be the 2021 Canadian Junior Angus Ambassador. I'm excited for all the opportunities and adventures that this next year leads to. I'd like to thank everybody who's made this possible. Thank you.
Congratulations to our winner. I think she's going to be a great representative for Angus and for us in Canada and around the world. We also have 3 very important awards over the last year, with the Young Breeder Award, which is an award that we give to breeders from 21 to 30. They're nominated by their peers and go through an interview process and a competition. Proud to announce the winner this year is Jesse Emery from Camp Creek, Alberta, near Barhead, and he's a big part of the Duejo Angus herd. As you see from the picture, here's Jesse and his girlfriend Miranda, and they're starting a life together to bought their own place, and we're very excited for him to be representing the foundation as our young breeder. We also have the Young Stockman Award, which is a young person aged 16 to 21 who represents the stockman idea of our young people that are very integrally involved in their operation, looking to expand their herds, and the $3,500 award goes to whether they would like to put it towards education or to just making their program better. So we're proud to announce the winner of that award is Cody Denzel from Saskatchewan. We were very impressed in the interview process with Cody's story and how he represents himself and his family, and he's a very deserving recipient of this award. We also have one more scholarship to announce, the Dick Turner Memorial Scholarship, and it was won by Hillary Sauter, also from Saskatchewan and Hodgkin. So congratulations to Hillary as well. It's really neat to work with these young people and see the job they do representing us, and to see the foundation dollars going towards young people that really are not only good breeders but good citizens, and we're very proud of them. When we get into the research side of the foundation, we're excited to leverage dollars into the research projects that have been ongoing with the CAA. We'll hear more about that, I'm sure, throughout the meeting from Kodjal and her crew. But it's a good way of leveraging dollars, almost up to 3 to 1 at times, to help with research projects and different exciting, innovative, programs that are coming down the pipe. So we're happy to be involved with that as well. On the archive side, I have spoken about the videos that the young people have produced. There's also videos that were produced last summer with an intern that worked with the association or with the foundation, and they're all readily available on the website as well to see. And I think it's cool to take the stories of our Angus people. We've got the history book, which is still available, but also have the stories in a video format that are a little different and a little easier to see for people, and it's pretty cool to hear those stories. So certainly expect to see more and more of that as we go forward. As far as our board of directors go, I'm very proud of the group we've put together and we've been working with over the last number of years. Just a great group of people that are willing to pitch in at any time, great ideas and great passion for the breed, the young people, the history, and the research projects that are ongoing. I will be finishing up my term as chair this year. Our new chair will be Tammy Rivey from Ontario, and Cecily Fleming will be retiring. as past chair, as I move into that role. Cecily has been a dynamic person involved in the foundation for many years. You all that know Cecily know that she puts her heart and soul into everything she does. And, she's been a great asset, and she certainly will be missed, but I think she deserves her retirement from the board and to move into other things and maybe be more of a help out at home now that she doesn't have to go to meetings all the time. So thank you very much, Cecily. We also thank Brad Chappelle as a retiring director as well. Brad brought a wealth of financial knowledge to the board and a new perspective on a lot of things. Coming onto the board this year, Brian Geis is finishing up as a CAA director. He has been on the board as a foundation director representing the Angus Association, but he will be coming on as a full member of our board. Also, there will be a graphic coming up as the CAA representatives to the foundation board will be announced as well. In saying that, I'd just like to thank everybody. One more announcement we have is that Showdown will be ongoing, or will be a go this year on August 26th and 27th in Olds, Alberta. The competitions that need to be in person, like the cattle show, the showmanship grooming, and the cook-off will be in Olds, but many of the other competitions will be able to be done beforehand in a virtual format so that we can involve all our junior members from across the country. We're not really sure where everything's going to go over the next number of months, but we wanted to make sure the kids had an opportunity to have Showdown in as normal a fashion as possible. We hope to be back, the juniors hope to be back in Brandon for 2022, and everything gets back to kind of semblance of order and back to normal. So with that, I'd just like to thank our board of directors for all the work they do. Thank the staff of the CAA for helping us with anything we ask for. Thanks to all the donors. We've got a group of many members from across the country that are interested in the foundation and interested in helping youth and other pillars of history and research. We couldn't thank you folks enough. You've never let us down, and we take the stewardship of your dollars very seriously. And a group like we have, I'm humbled to be a part of it, and we look for great things in the future. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Thanks, Kurt. Certainly the support of the foundation is greatly appreciated and the great work that is done by the foundation. To recap, the CA representatives that will be serving on the foundation board are Dale Easton, Graham McLean, and Sean Birmingham. At this time, I'd like to recognize the honorary presidents from each of the regions. John Appleby, BC. Harry and Sharon Adams, Alberta. Keith Kaufman, Saskatchewan. Howard McRae, Manitoba. Richard and Mary Tanner, Ontario. And John McKinnon in the Maritimes. Tonight, during our traditional convention, would be our opportunity for us to recognize our outgoing president during our president reception. It is great hope that we will all be able to show our appreciation for the time and service commitment that Sean has provided the CA membership for the past 8 years. Sean has had one of our more challenging years as CA president, and has served his entire president term during periods of COVID lockdown, and certainly prevented the ability to perform a number of the duties that I know Sean was looking forward to, such as conventions, World Angus Forum in Australia, and a number of other member-facing events last fall. And I certainly hope the opportunity will exist in the future for him to participate in some of these key events in the near future. Sean took the reins as CA president in June of 2020 as the youngest CA president in CA history, but he's performed the role as that of a veteran and showcased his experience in the board in the time that he has served. I certainly appreciated Sean's big picture vision of what is possible in our industry and the role that Angus plays in the future of the beef industry. Sean's focus was always on the needs of all CA members and how we can continue to develop, adapt, and research new opportunities for member value creation. Sean's dedicated an extensive amount of time to and support the Canadian Angus industry, while at the same time growing a young family and developing his own Angus and commercial herd. This time commitment is greatly appreciated by all, and certainly thank Teresa and the rest of the Birmingham family for their support network to allow Sean to do this. I look forward to the opportunity to properly recognize Sean for this commitment. And if you see Sean down the road, which I'm sure we all will, please thank Sean for all that he's done for the Angus breed. By video, past president Bob Hahn will welcome Sean Birmingham into the past president club.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob Hahn, past president of the Canadian Angus Association. My job today is to welcome Sean to the past presidents club. I want to thank Sean for all of his efforts this last year. The executive and the board of directors have made some great and big decisions. So thank you, Sean, for all of your efforts of this last year. I also just want to acknowledge all of Sean's efforts for the Canadian Foundation. Sean has been very instrumental in raising funds for our foundation in the past. And at our most recent board meeting a couple of days ago, Sean agreed to step on and stand for one of the positions on our foundation again for the upcoming year. So thanks again, Sean, for all of your efforts in that respect. It's been a pleasure working with you and the executive. We've made some great big decisions in this last year. I know the CAA is in great hands, and I know that there's some very exciting times going forward. So I do look forward to working with you and all the other past presidents and providing guidance to our association. Like I said, there's great exciting times coming forward, and I can't wait for the next couple of years. So thanks again, Sean, and have a great day.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the 2021-2022 Canadian Angus Board of Directors. Representing BC are the current directors. Representing BC, Tom DeWall. From Alberta, Brett Wildman and Greg Pugh. From Saskatchewan, Dale Easton and Sheldon Kyle. From Ontario, Graham McLean. From Quebec, David Sample. From the Maritimes, PEI, Ronnie Ford, and from Manitoba, Sean Birmingham. I would like to thank our retiring directors for all the work that they put in to support the Canadian Angus, in terms of Brian Geis, Alberta, Mike Howe, Saskatchewan, and past president Bob Hahn, Alberta. I'm excited to introduce our new three directors joining the board. I'm certainly excited to work with them. Doug Munn, Alberta, Harold Reich, Alberta, and Rob Garner, Saskatchewan. So by video, I would like to welcome the new Canadian Angus Association President, Sheldon Kyle, and for the makeup of the new Canadian Angus Board Executive.
I'm excited to be your incoming president for the upcoming year. I look forward to serving our members. What most excites me is reconnecting and connecting with our membership as COVID restrictions are lifted in the coming months. Our board is pursuing exciting and challenging opportunities that will propel our membership and our Angus brand forward in the years to come. All the while paying respect to the dedicated work of our forefathers and leaders before us. We're blessed with a strong board and CEO and a very capable staff at Angus Central. We continue to tweak our existing programs to better serve our membership, all the while pursuing advances in technology and innovation that will keep our Angus breed in front of the industry. It is my pleasure to announce that Graham McLean will be serving as our president-elect.
Thanks, Sheldon. Congratulations, Graham. I look forward to working with all the executive and all the board members here in this coming year. With that, I thank everyone for the participation tonight. I look forward to the opportunity to host everyone at Angus Central this summer. And with that, I will adjourn the 2021 Canadian Angus Association Annual General Meeting. Thanks, everyone.